tires off.
Yeah, here's the 5th place car that he's going to go by before he gets to turn 1.
I don't think he's finished.
What a call by Chad Knaus to bring him on pit road, put fresh Goodyears on, and everyone else is a sitting duck out there.
That was a great call by Chad. He's going to get another spot before the end of this race. He's got Kyle Busch up ahead of him, and he's catching him pretty quick. Might even get more.
He might get more. Carl Edwards has jumped out to over a 1.5-second lead. That's why we're not showing you that. We're going to watch and see just how much Jimmie Johnson could get. This is just a remarkable comeback for these guys.
From 30th to a possible top 5 or better finish at Atlanta. That is a championship performance.
David Reagan, another nice run. You see him splitting Jeff Gordon there, battling Jamie McMurray, and also the 2-car, Kurt Busch.
Again, these are new tires on these cars. That's why you see Jeff Gordon slipping back. He doesn't have as fresh tires as the guys in front.
This is 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Kurt Busch is 6th. Here comes McMurray on the high side. Here comes David Reagan on the inside of him.
Here we go, into the 4th spot here. 48 car, Jimmie Johnson. Just shows how good. These guys said that these tires were good for up to 10 laps, and that's all that they had. And what made this such a great call was it was a single file restart. Didn't have to deal with the lap cars.
We got a caution flag and a green, white checker. They may be in trouble with Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah, he's still coming. He's maybe going to get another spot. He's got 3 laps to get it done. 2.5 laps.
Carl Edwards just hanging on for dear life out there with 3 laps to go.
2. Nice and smooth, buddy. Nice and smooth.
Here comes Jimmie Johnson for that 3rd spot with Matt Kenseth. You know, we heard Dave Burns ask Carl Edwards before the race about going out there and doing all you can do, and it might not be enough. And this is exactly what he's talking about, because this 48 team just makes something out of what could have been a disaster today, and he's going to gain very few points.
He's going to get another spot here. Denny Hamlin ahead of him. He's still got another lap.
How about that? He could end up finishing 2nd.
White flag. One more time. Bring it back here.
See Hamlin really fighting the steering wheel right there.
This is the final lap, so no chance for green, white checker, but here comes Jimmie Johnson on Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, he gave him that outside. I was a little surprised there. If he makes that run, we talk about this turn 4 pass. It's not going to be for the win this year, but it might be for 2nd spot. There's Carl Edwards.
Here's the battle for 2nd as they are in turn 3. Carl Edwards, whoa, coming out of turn 4 cut as the 48 makes the pass, and Carl Edwards will come down and win for the 7th time in 2008, and Jimmie Johnson finishes 2nd.
Unbelievable. What a great day for those guys. Man,
what a remarkable performance. All week long, we talked about Jimmie.
Awesome job, driver.
Carl Edwards did all he could do to try to gain points, but it's just so hard to make points on Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah, all week long we talked about Jimmie Johnson chasing history. When they had the checkered flag, it was Jimmie Johnson chasing Carl.
Watch this as Jimmie Johnson gets down into turn 3. He gets right on the side of Denny Hamlin. I guess this car, you see it start getting loose right there. Almost overcorrected and got into the 48.
Great job saved by Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, it was.
Not to cause the crash. Look at this crew right here.
Wow.
Boy, Chad, you should be very proud. I bet you are proud of this guy, Rick Hendrick, because what a call by Chad Knaus. And here is Carl Edwards, and the fans here know what's coming next.
Man, looked like they were going to take a day, and it could be disastrous for this 48 team, and they actually gained 34 more points. Carl Edwards with this, just a really, really good, solid day in winning this race.
He did a doubleheader win in 2005. He wins yesterday and today. Carl, a winner in the NASCAR Sprint Cup race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Nice to see our in-race reporter do well. What a great job Carl did with us in talking all day long, answering all the questions.
Let's go down where Mike is caught up with the crew chief.
And quite a day for the 99 team. What can you say about your driver's ability to just saw on that wheel and handle a loose race car at a place like this?
I can't say enough about him, that's for sure, you know. We struggled a little bit on pit road today. For a while, my plans worked out with 48 struggling, but you know, that's a great program right there. They battled back and were able to kind of box us in a little bit on pit road, so we lost some spots there last quarter of the race, but you know, made a good adjustment there at the end with the driver's guidance, and And that car came alive, and the driver got up on the wheel, and he went after it past 3 cars from the last time we stopped.
And a good display of sportsmanship too, Jamie. Chad Knaus came over to congratulate Bob Osborne after the conclusion of this race.
And in the final 8 laps, and how about this guy? Cousin Carl Edwards led 6 times for 98 laps. Let's go to Dave Burns.
We've already had the celebration on the track, taking the checker, doing the backflip, and now in victory lane with your crew. Talk about retaking the lead on lap 309 and driving away.
Man, first of all, just got to thank Office Depot, Aflac, Ford, Sprint. These Samsung Instinct phones are great. And mostly the fans for coming out here. But, man, that last restart, or the second to last restart, then he spun his tires, and I spun mine a little bit, and then he spun them again, and I pushed his bumper, and then he spun them again, and he went to the inside, and I thought, man, here's my chance to get to the outside, and I really didn't think he was going to spin him that second time. Thought I was going to bump him, and he was going to keep on going, and figured I'd follow him for a while, but it just worked out great. I can't thank my guys enough, and man, we went to the Aflac Cancer Hospital and met this kid, Dalton. He gave me this necklace. This is his Courage necklace. Really cool kid, and it's really awesome. He said this would bring me luck, so an awesome weekend for us, and I just can't believe how great this weekend is.
Now, you're going to need some more courage, because we talked at the beginning of the day about doing all that you could do. You saw who finished second behind you.
Who finished second?
The 48.
Are you kidding me?
He came all the way back. They took tires, and he drove back to second place now, so you've still got some work to do.
Man, you've rained on my parade all day.
I'm sorry. I'm telling the truth.
Could have done without that one. Jimmy's an awesome competitor. I mean, Chad and Rick and all those guys came down and thanked me, but or congratulated me. But that's unbelievable. He does a great job. Got to thank the engine department, the guys who build these race cars, Jack Roush, for giving me this opportunity. This whole weekend, it's just unbelievable I get to do this. It's very awesome.
And you've got 3 more good tracks coming up for you.
Yeah, 3 more good tracks for us. And man, Jimmy's magic. We gotta go win those next 3 and hope for the best.
Carl was magic today. He's in victory lane, Alan.
And so next week, it is on to Texas. Carl will have another chance to do a double. Saturday, the Nationwide Series race, ESPN 2, 3 Eastern time. And Sunday, race 8 in the chase for the Sprint Cup, the Dickies 500, ABC 3 Eastern. That is next weekend. World News or your local news is next, except on the West Coast. So Carl Edwards wins today in Atlanta, but Jimmie Johnson comes back from 30th place to finish second, and Johnson takes a big point lead to Texas next weekend. Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC.